All right. Hello, Lynn.
Hello.
How are you?
I am absolutely fabulous.
Yes, you
How
are
are you?
indeed. I am excited. I'm so happy we finally got everything squared away so that we could go live together and just talk to everyone about tonight's topic of moving forward. I was just going live, I think it was last week, and that topic just fell on my heart because I feel like so many of us can get caught in just being stagnant and just being comfortable, with where we are and what we're doing, and sometimes stuck, even in the past. And so I know that we have an amazing event coming up soon in
Yes.
yes, in Moreno Valley, and we're going to be sharing the stage. And I'm so appreciative of Miss Liz and all of the others who are going to be supporting that event. But Miss Liz is one of the hosts, or actually the sponsor and host for the upcoming event in Moreno Valley. And then we also have Chevonna, who is going to be there as a featured speaker. So it's going to be phenomenal. So I wanted to invite you ladies onto my live stream so that we could talk about this topic and kind of stir up a little anticipation. Huh? Stir up some
Yeah.
anticipation for the upcoming event. So we're live, everybody. We're live on Facebook. We're live on, Periscope. We're live on YouTube. We are live everywhere. Pretty much. Pretty much. So I wanted to go ahead and start off with you, if you don't mind, introducing yourself to those who are watching right now. People are coming on and we're so excited. So you guys, please share this video. And Lynn, if you don't, go ahead and introduce yourself to those who are watching.
Hi, my name is Lynne Butler. I am a life coach. I am also a minister, a mother, wife, grandmother. As my grandbabies call me, I'm honey to them. Um, my passion is helping women get their roar back, that ROAR, to R, recognize their strengths, O, to overcome their obstacles, A, to achieve their goals, and the final R in roar is radiate confidence. And I'm happy to be here with you, Jessica.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And I just love it when I'm live with women of faith, just doing anything with another person of the faith, a
Yes.
believer. It just makes it so much easier. Yes, it makes it so much easier. So tell me a little bit about your story, because I was reading through your bio, and I love your bio, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Saw it on Speaker Hub, and I was reading your bio, and it was so transparent. And so let me just kind of put this plug in here. As a PR professional and a marketing professional, I've seen all kinds of bios. And so when I saw yours, I love how it really told your story, and how, you ran from your purpose, you ran from your call. Can you talk a little bit about just your story and how you got into coaching and helping other people?
Oh, absolutely. I had a series of traumatic events, and I'll just do a synopsis. Within a year and a half, I lost a husband, lost a home, buried two grandchildren on the same day, and buried my father. And all of that brought me to this point in life of saying, I have two options here: keep moving forward or lay down, roll over, and give up. And I absolutely refused to give up. So I took that frustration, that fear, that anger, that rage, and I said, God, I need you to help me move and keep going. And he did. And I went into ministry. I've written a book. I went and got certified for coaching, and I use that to empower women. And I tell them, don't give up. You can do it. It may seem hard, but baby, just put your left foot in front of your right foot. Inhale, exhale, and you can keep going.
Love
But
it.
you've got to keep moving. Don't sit down. Don't roll over. Don't.
Wow. Wow. And your story is phenomenal. And so you wrote a book also that kind of tells your story too. What's the name of that book? And I want you to kind of share a little bit from that book, you know.
Well, the name of the book is When the Vow Breaks:
Mm,
Surviving Divorce in the Church.
wow.
And it's a topic that I decided I was going to snatch the sheets off of because it's not discussed. It's
Mhm.
kind of kept under wraps and hidden. And women wear this badge of shame, whether the divorce was their fault or not. Even if it was something that the former spouse did,
Mhm.
there's this tendency to put the shame on ourselves. And I want that to stop. And I want people to understand that a lot of times a person that is going through a divorce is going through a major traumatic event. There's a grief process involved. And as we help them go through that grief process, we can help them heal. And once healed, they can move on.
Wow. 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 So I hear you saying, how a lot of people don't want to talk about divorce, especially in the church.
Yeah.
Where would you say when did the vow break for you where you were able to really realize, hey, this is not what I need to do. This is not where I need to be. I need to move forward and break free and move on. At what point were you when that actually kind of came on in your mind and your heart and things of that nature?
Hold your seat. I was at the end of marriage number
Oh.
when that third one happened. It was like, okay, I can't point the finger at anyone else. I've
Mhm.
got to look at me because I'm repeating this same cycle. Why am I repeating this same cycle? Why do I keep going into these things? Why am I afraid to be alone? What preconceived ideas have I fed myself that keeps me repeating that same cycle? And
Mhm.
when I sat back, surrendered wholeheartedly, and looked at me, I didn't like what I saw, and I decided to change it. And that was where the transformation came in. That
Wow.
was when.
Mhm. Wow. So taking a look at yourself and not being afraid of that, of what you're going to see,
Hmm.
not being afraid to understand that the things that we deal with is not everyone else's fault.
No, no.
That is so good because I feel that so many times when we're dealing with, trials, when we're dealing with circumstances and situations, we want to point the finger at everyone else. We
Right.
want to say it's your fault. I'm broke. It's your fault.
Hmm.
This challenge. I didn't go to school, didn't get my degree. We have so many excuses.
Right.
But the number one thing that we have to do is take a look at ourselves and
That
understand. Yes, yes. Take a look.
that's right. That's
I,
right.
I love it.
And
Well,
I'm transparent, so
and I appreciate that. I'm sure everyone watching. So I want to take a second and just acknowledge everyone who is watching right now. I want to thank you all so much. I see some people kind of coming in and out. And so we are so appreciative of you stopping by this stream tonight. We're talking about moving forward. And I just wanted Coach Lynne to have an opportunity to just kind of share with you a little bit about her background. And she has a powerful testimony, and she has truly overcome some things. So we're getting ready to just kind of dive into tonight's topic. But before we do, please take a moment to share this stream with someone who needs to be encouraged. I went live last week, and the topic moving forward just kind of fell in my spirit, because I feel like so many times we get stuck in what's going on in our lives, and even what's
Mm-hmm.
not the way that we want it to be. So sometimes we're in life and we feel like, okay, I'm not at this particular place in my life, or I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. Just so many limiting beliefs and reasons why we feel we should not move forward. But tonight, we want to encourage you that no matter what you're facing, no matter what you're experiencing, how you feel, you can move forward, and moving forward is important. So, Coach Lynne, we're back here with you, and I want to ask you this question. I want you to share, why is it important that we all let go of the past and let go of, our inner challenges and struggles and insecurities, and move forward into our life purpose? Why is it important to do so?
It's important because your freedom will not really come until you release and move.
That's so good. Whoa, that's a whole tweet. Your freedom will not truly come until you release and move.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't go forward. I want you to just take a moment. Visualize sitting in your car,
Mm-hmm.
and you are on the street and you want to go to the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot move forward if you keep looking in that rear view mirror.
Mm-hmm.
You keep looking in the rear view, you're not going to go forward. You're going backwards, going backwards, going backwards. But once you stop and you readjust and look straight ahead and say, okay, yes, there are obstacles on the left and the right. There may be some twists and turns, but if I keep going forward, I will get to my final destination. I just have to move forward.
Wow.
And there are going to be times when you may have to pull over and step out of that vehicle and readjust because you've gotten road fatigue, or you've come upon a storm and you don't feel quite secure driving through that storm. You pull over, reassess, get back in, and keep going. You don't stop.
Wow. So what are some of the things that you do to help you continue forward? What does your daily routine look like, or your gas station look like? How do you keep yourself fueled for forward motion?
Okay. One of the things that I do to keep myself fueled, one of the first things is my faith. My
Mhm.
faith and my trust. I know that God is going to get me through no matter what. No matter what. Even when I feel like he isn't, he's carrying me.
Mhm.
That's the first thing. I acknowledge him first. The second thing is I maintain a mindset of positivity.
Mm.
What you focus on, you find. If you focus on finding good, if you focus on finding the best in people, you will see that. You will see it. The third thing that I do is I practice self-talk. There's a commercial that was out many, many years ago. That's the woman was talking to a puppy, and she said to this puppy, "Use your inside voice." And I say
Mm.
to us, use our inside kind voice. Don't
Mm.
beat yourself up. We all are caught being human.
Mhm. Wow.
Yeah.
I
Remember
love it.
that. We're
I
all
love it.
caught.
All being human. Yes. Wow. So practicing self talk, kind self talk, and having that devotion time, and making sure that we are really pouring into ourselves.
Yes.
One of the things that really helps me to push forward is remembering who God has put me on this earth to be, like really reflecting on that. I remember when I was getting ready to go to college several years ago, and I was just fresh out of high school, 2004, and I was like, okay, Lord, what am I going to major in? And my favorite show was ER. Oh my goodness, I loved ER. It was ER and Walker, Texas Ranger. And so with ER, I remember laying in the bed one day watching the show and thinking in my mind, maybe I should go into the medical field. Maybe I should do that, you know? And then all of a sudden on the screen, bam, mass communications. And that was already the major that I had chosen. But during that time, I was kind of contemplating. And I already knew that God was like, no, you need to do communications, media. But when I was watching that show, I was like, man, I just feel like I need to be in there with them, you know, in the ER. and I heard God say mass communications. And so to this day, I am so grateful because I have done as much as I could to make sure that I was operative in mass communications to empower and inspire others. And so that's what really helps me to move forward, is because I'm aware. I'm aware of my calling. I'm aware of my purpose. I'm aware of my lane. And that's not to say that, you know, I don't have other gifts and talents and other loves, but I know that mass communications is an area that God has placed me here to impact the world. And so that's what helps me to continue forward, even when I feel like I'm not, I'm not CNN right now, or, you know, just certain areas, which I don't want to do CNN. So that's one of the reasons
right.
I'm not there. But, you know, when you are aware of what God has told you to do, and where God has placed you, then you are able to hold on to that and just kind of ride that out. And that's what helps us to stay the course, to stay consistent, to stay operative, when we are truly aware of where God wants us to be and what God wants us to do. And that comes through seeking Him. That comes through spending time with Him. That comes through, you know, just being in your word and making sure that you are just daily asking Him, Lord, what would you like for me to do? You know, so being aware is one of the best things that we could do for ourselves when it comes to moving forward. Because I talked about this last week. If we're not aware of where we're supposed to be, we'll continue to go in circles. We'll go in circles. We'll, you know, find ourselves doing this one day, and the next day we're doing something else. And then the next day we're doing something else. And we're just constantly just like a rabbit trail, just going in circles because we're not truly aware of what we're supposed to be doing and where we're supposed to be. So it's so important.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. You repeat that same cycle over and over until you surrender and accept what it is that He has for you to do. And once you accept what it is that He wants you to do, and you listen,
right,
and stop moving in your own right. Listen to what He says to do, because our ways are not His ways. Our thoughts are not His thoughts. What we think is not necessarily His plan. Once we study our word and we say, you know, like Psalms 5, give ear to my words, O Lord, consider my meditation. Unto thee will I pray, my voice shall I hear in the morning. Once we do that, He will give us our directions. But we have to be still and listen.
Be still. Woo, be still. Let me tell you, I listened to, I remember that scripture coming to my mind before be still and know that I am God. And I was,
Hmm.
okay, be still. But God, I'm a busy bee. I'm like a creative, like energizer bunny. And so, with that being said, I'm like, what do you mean be still? How is that possible for me? But God broke it down like this for me. He's like, no, I need you to be still in your mind, because your mind is just all over the place. You're thinking this one day, and you're, in not thinking positive one day, and 1 minute you're thinking, negative, or you're thinking, how is this going to happen? And when is it going to happen? And how? And God's like, I just need you to just relax, be still in your mind, and know that I am God. And so
Yeah.
that's one of the things that we have to do in order to be successful, in order to be the people that we're supposed to be in this world, in this earth. We have to learn how to relax and
We
just
do.
go with the flow. So what I want to talk a little bit briefly about, what are some of the things that you think keep us from moving forward? What are some of the challenges?
Oh,
Yes, I know. But we've got to address them. We got to put it
we
out
got to address them. Yeah. Some of the things that keep us from moving forward, I think the first thing
there.
is shame.
Mm,
We are we get caught in this cycle of shame of our past, ashamed of the decision, and we cannot for move forward because we get caught in this, well, I can't forgive myself. God didn't say forgive yourself. He said
mm.
he forgave you. He
Wow.
forgave you. He didn't say you had to forgive you. He said he forgave you. So if you don't accept his forgiveness of you, then there's an issue
Mm-hmm.
that you need to address.
Mm,
And once you accept his forgiveness and let go of that shame, the
mm-hmm.
next thing that you have to let go of is the fear. Some people say it's false evidence appearing real, but fear is your perception. Your reality is your perception. And when you walk in fear, you can be walking somewhat in disobedience, because he says in his word, God has not given us a spirit of fear.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to repeat that to ourselves. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Lord, you forgave me. You said that I don't want, you've not given me a spirit of fear. Those two things can set you on a path, a trajectory to move forward. Because
Mm-hmm.
once you let go of the shame and you say, you know what? It happened. I made that mistake. I did it. God has forgiven me. I'm covered by his blood. All that God sees is the red blood of Jesus. So I am pure and white. I got to move on and I got to
Mm-hmm.
keep going. I cannot wallow in this cesspool, because that's just a trick of the enemy to keep our minds
Mm-hmm.
sad and depressed and weighed down. Just
Mm-hmm.
understand that you've been forgiven. You don't have to fear, because he's not going to put anything on you
Mm-hmm.
that is more than you can bear. And I know that we hear that all the time. We hear it a lot, but it's true. He will not. Because you may look at the circumstances of someone else's life and you'll say, wow, there's no way I could ever go through that. That's right. Because he didn't put it on you, he put it on them. He
Mm-hmm.
gave them the strength to go through it. It's not something that you have to go through. Your walk, your journey is designed specifically for you.
Love it.
He wrote it out many, many, many years ago
Mm-hmm.
for you.
Right. Wow. Shame and fear will keep us from being able to move forward. I think one thing that is also very important for us to overcome shame and fear is our circle of influence.
Mm.
We have to have the right people around us, connected to us, it is so important when you are going through a rough time in your life to have people who are speaking life over.
Yes.
Because if you're around people who, are speaking negativity, they're speaking, condemnation, they're saying, oh, you should have listened to me, or, you're not, I knew that wasn't going to work out. If you have that negative energy that's just constantly pouring down on you when you're in a rough place,
Hmm.
then of course you're going to feel like you can't move forward. Of course you're going to feel like things are over for you. So we have to set ourselves up for success by having a positive circle of influence, having the right people in our lives who can help
Hmm.
strengthen us when we're weak.
Yes.
It is
I
so
have I have what I call a spark team. There are 5 women that are on my spark team. And
good.
those 5 ignite a fire under me. They can challenge me, they encourage me, they motivate me, and they have permission to ask those tough questions.
Wow. Wow. To ask those tough questions. Yes, look, to get
Right.
business. I don't want friends that don't feel like, if we're really friends, I need to know, first of all, that I can get in your business if you're not going down the path that we have talked about, prayed about, agreed
Right.
on. I need you to know that I'm gonna check you. I'm gonna say, hey,
Yes.
going the wrong way.
Yes. Yes.
And the same for me. I have to have those types of people in my life who know that, hey, Jessica knows that I love her. I can talk to her. I can tell her how
Mhm.
I feel, and help her to get back into alignment with where she's supposed to be.
Yeah. You
That is
have to.
so important, so important. So, yes, having the right circle of influence. And as Coach Lynne said, a spark team. I love it, a spark team.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you can think of that will help us to move forward? We've talked about, letting go of shame and fear. We've talked about, how important it is to have a positive circle of influence. What are some things that you think we could do, that could really keep us headed in the right direction? Anything else that you could think of?
Don't share everything
Whew.
on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Keep some of it to yourself,
Mm-hmm.
because there are going to be times when you are working through a plan or working through an idea when you need to step back and do some inner reflection. And when you get too many outside voices coming in at you and you haven't fully thought it through, it
Mm-hmm.
can shift that process.
Yes.
So, yes, you have a spark team that's going to hold you accountable and encourage you and motivate you, and when necessary, light a flame under you.
Right.
Yes, you do have that. But there are some things that God will download into you that He wants you to keep to you and to meditate on for a while before you speak it.
Wow. Wow. And I would just say, just that's a good rule just in general, not even just social media.
Hmm.
Sometimes we get so excited about a dream, about an idea, and we just run and tell people. And then before you know it, it's shot down and we're discouraged about it. So
Hmm.
it is so true just in general to make sure that we are very protective of, what we have, what comes to mind, what we're supposed to be doing, those assignments, all of that. It's just so important to be very cautious of that. So
Yeah.
I want to jump on social media real quick and see what kind of comments we have coming through. I know we have a lot of people watching online, And Ms. Liz is watching, and she has shared the video. So let me jump on. Were you able to, let's see here. Let me pull up her. It was the first thing on my feed. There it is. All right, so I see some people watching. Hello, Jay Blake. Thanks for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, Rhonda. Oh, thank you. Hi, Terry. Hi, Tracy. So we have a lot of people from different places. Hi, Elma and Poweranista. Raylan is watching. So good, so good. So anyway, I wanted to, of course, just talk about the event that we have coming up before we head out and let everybody know how they can be a part. So, of course, coming up, you guys, we have the Go For It tour. I have been on tour and I have taken a break over the winter holiday season and just now getting ready to get back in there. And so I'm super excited because we are kicking the tour back off, the Go For It tour, my speaking tour. And for the Moreno Valley stop, that is going to be March the 14th, we have guest speakers. Coach Lynne here is going to be speaking, and she has just shared so many powerful nuggets along with her story. So I am so excited. Her and also Chevonna Gaylor is going to be with us. And these ladies are super, super powerful. So I want you to, if you know anyone in the Moreno Valley area, I definitely want to encourage you to ask them to come and be a part of this event. I'm going to go ahead and put the flyer up so you can see the details here. We're going to be at Granddaughter's Garden, and it's going to be right off of Hemlock. I'm not sure where that is, but, but you can navigate to it. You can navigate to it, and you'll be able to find your way to us. But listen, you can register for this event on Eventbrite and also on my website, jessicagrace.tv. It's going to be awesome. We have vendors. We have speakers, 3 speakers. I'm also going to be doing a branding and marketing masterclass, which is for every person who's in business, for every person who wants to learn about branding and marketing. You will be able to attend the master class. So make sure you guys check out the event. It's going to be phenomenal. So I'm going to go ahead and allow you, Coach Lynne, to, if you have any last words that you would like to share to those who are watching right now. I have heard your powerful testimony tonight of how you have just overcome tragedy and just turned it into triumph. Oh my goodness. And I just want to just talk about everything. I really do. I really do. I just want to talk about everything, but I guess it's smart to save some for the event coming up.
Yes.
On the 14th. Yes, because even with grief, oh my goodness, I can't wait to dive in that with you. Yes, I can't wait, because that's another hot topic that so many, especially in the church, you know, we have a tendency to ignore and just say, oh, God will help you pray your way.
Pray your way through.
Grief will hurt. Yes, it will.
Right.
I can't wait. But as far as tonight's topic with moving forward, what would you say to those who are watching us? Just, you know, any last few words of encouragement or insight that you would like to share with those who are watching?
I want you to remember that if that dream, that vision, that goal seems enormous, if it seems bigger than anything that you can do, that's God. Because you can't do major, massive, great things without Him. Only He can make that come to be. Only He can make it happen. So start trusting Him. Scripture says, write that vision, write it down, make it plain. Get your journal and start just one step at a time. The first step is to write it down. Once it's written, and then you start to speak it. Once you speak it, then you start to act. Write, speak, act. It will come to pass.
Wow. Powerful, powerful, powerful. All right. So, Coach Lynne, how can those who are watching, how can they get in touch with you to purchase your book or learn more about your coaching services? How can those who are watching get in touch with you?
You can visit my website, and that is Lynne, and it's spelled Lynnne, and company.org. The word and is spelled out. Lynne and company.org. You can find out the events that I will be at. You can purchase the book. You can also sign up for different coaching programs or email me, and we can set up a discovery session.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Coach Lynne, for being here with me tonight. I appreciate you for the sacrifice. I know we have such busy schedules, so I don't take it for granted that you were able to come on tonight. And thank you all so much for watching. Listen, you heard her testimony. You heard some of my story of things that I've shared that have tried to hinder me from moving forward. And if you missed what we've already discussed, I definitely encourage you to watch the replay. But we want to challenge you. It is the first quarter of the year is almost gone. We're in the third month of the year now. So now is the time for you to make those steps forward. You know what you have to do. I mean, most of the time what we have to do has been bugging us. It's been like just one of those little things on our shoulders. And it's constantly telling you, hey, you need to do this. You need to step out. You need to take that leap. Go back to school. Finish that book. You know, it's been on you. And so what you have to do is just proceed. You've got to move forward. So we want to challenge you. Don't look back. Don't hang on the past. Don't worry about what other people are going to say or think. Now is the time for you to move forward. Someone somewhere is depending on your yes. So we want to thank you so much for being here. We want to thank you for watching. If you are in the area, Moreno Valley, we will be there. Oh my goodness, it's going to be amazing. March 14th, Granddaughter's Garden. Make sure you register on Eventbrite or go to my website, jessicagrace.tv. Thank you guys so much for being here. And I hope you all have a wonderful night. Take care.